people. There's a bunch of you out here right now who, when it comes to doing what you're supposed to do, you don't necessarily care what you're supposed to do to succeed. Only thing you care about is what you're trying to do to survive. You so stuck on you so narcissistic and so self-centered that you're only thinking about you and what you need to do to survive. But you don't understand that there's something outside of you that needs to happen in order for you to come across as somebody you need to succeed.
What are you doing today that makes you better than the person you were yesterday? That is part of the Ascension brand. That is the motto, the heart of what we stand for. When I pass away, I want people to know. I want people to remember me, not for the time that I've spent on this planet, but for the things that I have done to contribute to society.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. Always here with me is the Aaron Mack, and we are in the Zoom call for another one. And if you don't know, I mean, we haven't really been saying it, but hit that like button and subscribe to us. We do this every either Thursday or Friday for you guys.
Always Thursday.
Always Thursday.
Yes, sir. Always Thursday.
Always Thursday.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this, go ahead and drop the review over at Apple's iTunes, and if you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to the channel, man. We drop videos every Thursday, audio every Tuesday morning at 3 a.m. so you can listen to it on your way to work, fam. You can get motivated and inspired on your way to the place that's going to take the inspiration right out of you.
Thanks.
Because you're going to need it. I promise you, you're going to need it. I'm speaking from experience, by the way.
Yep.
All right, man. I got a boss of false though.
Okay. All right. Let's
I want to hit that. The boss of false that all right. So let me start off with a little premise right quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So is it a boss or a false move, right, for somebody to be listening to the podcast just to keep tabs on you as individually, as a person? Like somebody you know personally who don't talk to you on purpose, but they listen to the podcast to keep tabs on you to find out what you're doing. Is it a boss or a false move?
All right. It's two parts to that though. It's a false move because they're doing it out of spite and not the right reasons they're listening for, right? Usually.
Yeah. I don't know why they're doing it. Like, I don't really care. I just thought it was interesting.
Kind of a boss move on our part because we're still getting a faithful listener though.
Oh man. I mean, I just heard it. I was like, yo, how would they even know that? We don't even talk to them. Like, it's like, oh yeah, they listened to the podcast and heard it.
Come on.
I'm like, what? Bro, get out of here with that.
Well, whoever you are, thank you for listening and continue to listen. If you want notifications,
I hope you found some value from it.
Hit that bell, you'll get notified whenever we post the episodes. So, you can be right there as soon as it drops.
I just thought it was hilarious, man. I'm like, yo, how you got my number, right? Like, you could just call me. Like, we could just have like actual, old school conversation. Like, we could just talk. Like, you ain't got to be all new age about it. Just like keep it tabs, bro. I'm not like that, like a big celebrity or some shit where I'm like unreachable or something. And you like, yeah, I used to know Aaron, but he just got too big, too famous, and now I can't reach him. Like, oh, you still got my number. Like, I just don't get it. Like, it's one of those weird things, man. But yeah.
That's interesting though, because like you see that a lot, especially in this day and age. Like with so many people like posting, almost every aspect of their life online. It's like that conversation piece kind of just like goes out the window. It's like, oh, all right, I see this person, posted a video or a picture or something of them on the beach or them somewhere local. And you really don't have a reason to like talk to them because they'll like put like something short and sweet, like, oh, here in Virginia Beach or Florida, for the weekend. What females, they'll do bad girl summer for the weekend or something like that.
Fuck is that? I'm too old for this, for most of this stuff that you're talking about. I have absolutely no idea what any of that is. I was just like, what? Please don't throw any more millennial terms out there because I am not following, bro. Like,
but anyway, tragic. Yeah, like I said though, like it's that mentality of like quick and easy. All right, I know what they're doing. If I ever see them like in person or something, I might like bring it up in conversation. But then it's just like, what else are you gonna talk about? Like it's no what's the word? It's no substance in the conversation anymore. It's just like I seen what you were doing last week. I know I put a like so you know that I know. So it's just like, all right.
It paves the way for a very narcissistic conversation. It's like, I already know what you've been doing, so you just sit back for a minute and listen to what I've been doing.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, man. In other news, I saw one of my older cousins last night, bro, in a Food Lion parking lot, bro. It was like the most awkward experience I've ever had in my life, bro. Like, yeah. Because it's like, all right, so I'm just to put it out there, bro. I'm a family man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not really big on my family per se. So I do have I have a lot of family values, and because I have my family values, bro, it's just a lot of people in my family that just I don't really mess with because like it kind of contradicts my family values. I'm just going to put it that way. It's nothing malicious towards them. They're good people in their own right. I just choose to distance myself from a lot of negativity that goes on. So just before anybody starts saying that I'm like just like an asshole or something like that. So I saw my man in the parking lot, and all like just randomly, I'm walking with Alyssa. We were talking about something business related. And I completely forgot that we didn't even finish the conversation because of this shit. But like I'm walking through the parking lot, bro, going back to the car, handful of bags. I'm about to drop stuff. We in the middle of a full-blown conversation, and I just hear somebody yell at me, just like straight yelling, like, "You hit me up." And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What? Like, so I see him. And he says it again, and I'm looking like, and like I'm stunned, like just like, is that how we start conversations now? I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Hey man, what's up, man? How you doing? And he was like, and you can tell he was fishing for a conversation because he was like, yeah, you don't hit me up, man. That's all good, man. I'll catch up with you. I'll get your number. I was like, yeah, man, nice seeing you. Just kept on walking. And when I got in the car, bro, I just like, I felt awkward about the situation. I was like, yo, I probably came off looking like a real dick just now. Like,
but it's like in those situations like that, like how do you what else is there to do? Like, dude, obviously when I was waiting, get your attention. But it's just like, okay. And then you just Like, how are you supposed to react to that?
Yeah,
Like,
like it's like if he had approached me and wanted to have like an actual conversation, it would have been a whole lot different. But it was just
right.
the whole him catching me off guard. Like I'm already on edge because we walking through the hood. So like I'm just being real. Like we just around a lot of people who be on that. So I'm just like
Mm-hmm.
I'm already like kind of speed
High
walking to the
alert.
car anyway.
Mm-hmm.
High alert, look out for my girl kind of stuff. So like somebody yelling at me in the random parking lot, I'm just like, yo, whoa, nah, chill. So
Right.
yeah, and then I was definitely like that when he started yelling at me last night. So yeah, moral of the story, I had to find a new food line to go to
Oh.
because this is like the third time I'm saying them.
What? Has he tried to talk to you the previous times, or is just this
Yeah,
one
man,
time?
and it's been awkward every single time, bro. I think I'm gonna have to find a
Mm.
new food line to go to
Mm. Mm.
and find a different spot to get my avocados.
Farmers market, I guess. All right, so we're gonna kind of
Slide into it.
yeah.
Slide.
So I have a feeling like this topic mostly came from like uh work, because we see it all the time around work. Uh and
I
then
mean, yeah, you can say that, but let's not act like the shit that I told you is work exclusive either though.
yeah, like it can happen in people's personal lives as well. It probably happens a lot in people's personal lives. But like, trying to I guess deal with that, or deal with those people around you, it could be mm,
Draining,
yeah, yeah,
draining. Yeah,
yeah.
let's go there. Like
It's not easy.
I talk to bro. I feel like a sponge every time I have conversations with these people, bro. And I feel so tired when I'm done, man. And I'm
Mm,
like, yo, I'm trying to feed you. I'm trying to feed you this information, man. And you just like, I don't know if you just not listening, or you don't care to listen, or you just refuse to get off your own planet enough to just understand what the hell is going on around you, bro. Should I go into the story, or should we like just talk about it like candidly? Like, what do you think?
uh, we can go to the store.
All right. So, hmm, I'm gonna start off by saying that the job that we work is a very demanding environment, very demanding and very high paced environment,
Mm,
and the amount of times that I could count like that people have just been like they just get burnt out like
mm,
immediately while doing our job, bro. It happens. Like it's literally one of those kind of jobs. But the fact of the matter is that one of the biggest reasons why our job is so demanding and so stressful and so hard is because there's a lot of people who not doing what they supposed to do.
mm,
And it's literally a team effort of a conglomerate of people who are supposed to collectively work together. And when they don't, the next person feels it. So we're in a situation where a manager came through and was just like, yo, it's some people over there not doing what they supposed to do. And I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of normal. What we gonna do about that? Can you help me out real quick? Because I'm like, yo, I'm like right now, like I got something going on, and they just standing there chilling. I'm not gonna like, I'm not the type of dude, like personally, I'm not about to go bust you out because you caught a break for a second. It's kind
mm,
of messed up. I'm gonna talk to you about it in a few minutes when everything calmed down a little bit, but like I'm not about to be the one that try to get you fired because you wanted to take a breather. I understand the job is hard. I get that. But when the boss come through and the boss wants answers as to why you're allowed to be chilling while everybody else is blowing their back out, bro. I can't help you there. So we were in a situation where the boss came down. The boss saw that they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. The boss confronted it, and the boss made a decision and told me to move on it. And if I didn't move on it, there would be repercussions. Bro, what am I supposed to do? So you put me in a position where I had to answer for your mistake. And it wasn't even a mistake of incompetence. It was a mistake because you deliberately did it. You deliberately decided that right now where I'm at is good, so I am going to chill no matter what anybody else is doing. The boss said, nah, fuck that. He said, fuck that. Literally, fuck that. Like, yo, they gonna work. If they gonna be here, they gonna work, or it's gonna be some consequences. What you gonna do about it? He literally looked at me like, yo, what you gonna do about it? I was like, yo, I got you. Don't worry about it. If that's the call you want me to make, if that's how we gonna do it, then that's how we gonna do it. And that's how it should have always been done. So let's go ahead and do that. So I did it. And technically, and I'm just being real, like, that's my job to do so. Like, that's how they want me to be while I'm there. But in the moment, because it was a situation where, look, yo, I need help. Can y'all help me? Nah, we good over here.
Come on.
That was the answer I got, bro. We good over here. Our lanes are clear. We're good. So all three of them stood there in this little tight-knit circle, staring in each other's face, all googly-eyed. Manager came down and saw that shit, and he was like, yo, fuck that. Let's handle that. So I'm getting into that because the dudes, like all three of them, every single one of them were pissed because there were repercussions to the actions. Now, did they do anything wrong? Yes and no. There's a big gray area there. There's a very big gray area there because they were like just standing around not doing anything while everybody else was working. But at the same time, where they were stationed at in the department was clean, but everybody else was messed up. So it's per the standard of standard work that if you are clean, you're not going to be standing around wasting hours. You're going to be moved around to help some other people. And these guys refused to go. And they got pissed when the hammer came down on them for that. So individually, and here's why I was so frustrated, Mark, because I understand it. I understand where they're coming from, but I also understand what the needs of the job is.
Right.
You know, does that make sense? I understand where they're coming from the bottom, but I also understand how to get my job done. And in order for me to get my job done, I need people like them to do their job. And when I tried to explain it, when I tried to explain it on an adult level, a taking responsibility level, on I ain't come at them on some corporate America stuff, bro. I'm being real. I ain't come at them on some, oh man, if you're gonna be here, you're gonna work, you could do this, you could do that. I'm like, yo, for real. Like, there's a responsibility that all of us have when we come here, and it's to get customers their stuff. Like, literally, that's all we have. That's our only job is getting customers their stuff. And if there's a risk to the customers getting their stuff, and you are the bottleneck, fam, you go get called out. You will get called out. Like, that's just straight up how it is. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. But I'm coming, and I was coming at them like grown men, bro. I was like, yo, I wanted to talk to them individually, and each and every single one of them, bro. And you know these dudes, bro. You know them. They do a lot when it's their job, but they drop the ball when it comes to helping people, bro. And we talked about this, man. Like, every single time I try to get these dudes to be team players, and I'm getting somewhere with this. And I want y'all to hear what I'm trying to convey here. When every time I try to get these dudes to be team players, they drop the ball, bro. They drop the ball on the team part. They can't collectively work as a like with teams. They can't be group people. Because every time they work as part of a group, they drop the ball. But when they're together, bro, I mean when they're like separated and on their own, they got their stuff. They good on that. But when it comes to doing extra, doing more, going that extra mile, they drop the ball, bro. And what I was trying to convey to these dudes is that, like, because the argument was, but we had our spot clear. We had our spot clear. And I'm like, yo, it doesn't matter how clear your spot was, bro, because the rest of the ship was falling apart. And you were expected to help the rest of the ship. And while the rest of the ship was falling, y'all was just over there Google at each other, bro. And I couldn't get these dudes to understand. Like, the only thing they kept saying was management this, management that. And I'm like, bro, y'all are grown men. This has nothing to do with management. It has everything to do with you and your lack of execution, bro. This has everything to do with the fact that you were just standing and ignoring the fact that you had a responsibility and you ignored that responsibility.
Oh, so all right, with that right there, because I kind of know why, at least. Well, no, I know where all three of them feel like that.
Exactly. I know.
And it's weird because it's like, obviously they've been there for a long time.
For real though, Mark, you dive into why they feel like that, because they talk to you about it a lot more. And I feel like at this point in my life right now, I'm over a lot of the bullshit mentally, because anytime I talk to these three dudes, bro, I feel like I don't want to talk to them because their problems just way too small for me. Like, one dude even said that, yo, I feel like Aaron don't like me. No, it's not the fact that Aaron don't like you. It's the fact that every time you talk to Aaron, your problems are this big and Aaron is dealing with this. Like, I need you to understand that your problems are like you're dealing with minuscule stuff and you're creating minuscule problems for yourself, and Aaron is dealing with mountains and you're over here kicking rocks and pebbles. So I need you to understand that. But I want you to talk about, like, because you said you understand where they're coming from, and I understand where they're coming from because I've been where they are, but I've also grown past it. But they talk to you about these things, so I want you, like, because there's a lot of people out there who don't understand what the problem is. There's a lot of people who listening to this was like, yo, well, if they spot was clean, then what's the problem? What's the big deal here? And you're the people that we're talking to right now, because, go ahead, Mark.
It's like the job is, yes, it's, especially in our department, it's a team effort. Like, we don't even have well, we do have, singular production values or whatever, but it's like, it doesn't compare to our production rate or value as a whole. I think that's all that what upper management looks at, right? Is the whole of our department as a collective. And it's like, they feel like they've been so scorned and they're, at work, that they just, they're to themselves. They don't want to deal with no one else. If their section is clear, they feel like, all right, I can chill. Work it so hard that when I get my line clear, I could chill. I'm gonna just take a break. And I know at least one of them. It's just like, yo, I understand your line is clear, but like, yo, like, stay in your section, bro. Like, we gonna pass eventually, but like, stop going out and like getting it in other people's way. But it's like, they just, it's weird. And they complain about work a lot. Like, not even to the point where like it makes sense. It really be about like super small things, and it's just like, yo, just do the work. And it's like a small change is like a pebble in their shoe, and they're just like all bent up out of shape. And it's literally just so simple as, yo, just do it. Like,
because you're there for 10 hours anyway.
Facts.
You're there for 10 hours. Like, the fact of the matter is that your freedom has already been taken. Like, there's no additional taking of freedom once you get there, bro. You still locked in for 10 hours. And I was trying to get these dudes to understand that, bro. And Mark, you just said like they're the type of dudes that they want to stay to themselves, bro. And I understand, I get that. But that's also where they drop the ball at.
Yeah.
Like, I can't commend you because you dropped the ball when it comes to taking care of somebody other than yourself. Because and like you said, when they're in that mode of, oh, I'm clear, I'm good, and I had to move them from clear good and move them into somewhere where actual work is, then all of a sudden they cussing me out, and I'm like, yo, I feel you, but you still at work. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I feel you, but you at work, bro. Like, I wish I could chill too. You don't think I wish I could stop walking, bro? Like, for real. Like, on days where I'm walking around and I get to 10,000 steps before 10 o'clock, bro. Like, that's a problem. That's a problem, bro. Like, when my Fitbit is congratulating me for a whole fucking day's work, a whole day of physical activity at 10 o'clock a.m., bro, it's a problem. And I feel you, dog. I understand exactly where you're coming from, but we are at work. Like, dog, like, what are you talking about? We are at work. So, and like, I feel like we still haven't got to the meat and potatoes, bro, because I feel like there's still somebody who listened to this conversation was like, yo, what did they do wrong? Mark, help me out here, bro. What did they do wrong?
I want to say nothing, and that's the problem. That's what they did wrong. Nothing, absolutely nothing.
That's better than I can say it.
But it's like, you know, at least two of them came from a spot that like they didn't have to work hard. They really didn't. And they're hardworking people. They can, you know, knock out one of our heaviest swords, or at least keep up with it.
As long as they're doing it for them.
Yeah. But it's just like, it's just like they don't like other people, or like when you move them to a certain area, the people there, that's what they say, they'll put it off on them, or they won't work as hard as them. And that's the reason you've been put in that spot. Like, even before I had the, you know, the different vests, I was being moved each and everywhere. I was still running like I'm running now. And I'm just like, how do you see that as an example and then come to work and expect not to work like that guy? If you're a good worker.
And then on top of that, be a thorn in the department side and drag you, the one that's actually working, down.
Yeah.
And feel absolutely nothing about it.
No remorse.
No remorse. And then when I call you out on it, you mad. Bruh.
Yep.
All right. So what did they do wrong, folks? Mark just said nothing. They did nothing. So that's what they did wrong. Absolutely nothing. And some of y'all listening like, yo, when I get my spot good, bro, I'm chilling too. But like, you gotta understand that everything has a big picture, bro. Everything has a big picture. And I used to be like one of these dudes. Like, I remember a time period where I was back there, and I want y'all to understand something first. Like, hold up, before we get into this conversation, like any deeper into this, I want everybody who's listening to understand that this is not about a job, bro. When I'm telling you guys is that there are a group of people, there's a bunch of you out here right now who, when it comes to doing what you're supposed to do, you don't necessarily care what you're supposed to do to succeed. Only thing you care about is what you're trying to do to survive. You so stuck on you You so narcissistic and so self-centered that you're only thinking about you and what you need to do to survive. But you don't understand that there's something outside of you that needs to happen in order for you to come across as somebody who needs to succeed. So I'm telling you, this is where I'm going to start at. How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. I know every single one of you listening to me today right now, like y'all heard that before. How you do anything is how you do everything. And what I'm trying to tell you is that I talked to my man. I had a conversation with him. My man recently told me that he wanted to be promoted. He recently told me that he wanted to be promoted. But when I told him that this is not attitude and behavior of somebody who wants to be promoted, he cussed me out, bro. He laid into me, bro. He was like, but this is this, that. No, and you guys always doing this and you guys always doing that. And what I'm trying to tell you is that there is something, there is wherever you are, whether it's business or whether it's your job or whatever the case is, that there's some things around you that you are supposed to be, and you take it just like, okay, I'm gonna get promoted, and then this is all gonna go away, and I ain't gotta worry about doing none of that. But no, you're absolutely wrong, because right now you are in a situation that molds your next situation. But in the current situation, you are not doing anything to push you into the next situation. And you thinking that you just going to get it by default. Bruh, I'm going to need y'all to chill out on that. I know some people right now, bruh. I know some people right now, Mark. Right now, they think just because they see where they're trying to go, and they just going to slide into it, and everything beforehand is just going to disappear. All that fuck shit that you did to fuck your team in the process of you getting to where you're trying to go, you think all that just going to disappear. But absolutely not, fam. Absolutely not. How you do anything is how you do everything. I need you to understand that everything that you do, what goes up must come down. They said Newton's law, what goes up must come down. So if you put some negativity out there, whether it's, and I don't care if you like your team or not, if you're not a team player, you don't get promoted. You don't get promoted where we at. If you're not a team player, if you can't show examples that you can work as a team and that you can go the extra mile, you don't get promoted. It's just plain and simple, bro.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because they swear up and down, you and the rest of the PAs or the managers don't do nothing. And I'm like, yo, it's crazy because like they take care of like the entire dock, bro. Like
bro, like I'm saying, you worrying about one little portion, bro. You worrying about one door. I gotta worry about 36. Like, come on, bro.
I said, give him a taste of it.
I mean, but see, that's the thing though. When you fail to execute, Mark, it's hard to even give you a shot. I can't even move you into the next part because I don't trust you. I don't even trust that you'll be able to do it, dog. Like for real. Like and we had this conversation. I talked to Bishop about it, bro. I was like, yo, and I was like frustrated. Bishop was like, yo, give him a taste. And I was like, yo, how can I? Like logically, logically, and he's already jaded every other person that I work with. How am I supposed to convince my coworkers that he deserves a shot with all the balls that he dropped, bro? I can't even move you into the next spot. And then you said you wanted to be promoted. I don't even know how to even get you promoted when you can't even see outside yourself, bro.
That's true.
And I also, for real though, I need you.
That's crazy.
I need you to stop indulging in that shit, bro. Because it's embarrassing. I know you just like kind of like the yes man when it comes to conflict, and you just try not to step on toes, Mark. I know you do that, bro. When y'all talking, bro, I know you do that. So I need you to stop doing that, bro. Hold a mirror up to this dude, man. Because like, if nobody holds him accountable, bro, like, because he feel like you a safe zone, Mark. So he'll come to you and complaining about everything in the world, bro. He'll talk to the other dudes, bro, and all of them sit in a circle jerk, and they complain to each other about everything that's going on around them, bro. And there's no accountability, bro. Absolutely no accountability. I need that shit to change, bro. I need that to change. Like, I'm trying to change the conversation, bro. Y'all trying to change the fact that you got to work.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, there's a whole culture that need to be changed. You worrying about 110. You worried about Rick T.
And like we said before, we're not getting on these people because they're horrible workers. They're actually good workers.
Hey, man.
They know the ins and outs of the job, and it's kind of like, even outside of a work zone, like you could be a good person and all, but like not being able to work in a team, which is like almost a good 80% of life.
Yeah.
In your relationship, in your your relationship with friends and family, like it's essential to work together. It's human nature to be in a group like that, and just to go against that brings nothing but backlash and conflict.
Yeah.
Like you're going against nature, and that's why you have so many problems. That's why these people that we're talking about have so many problems. It's just like they don't, and even like with some of their personal conversations about like relationships and stuff, it's
the same thing. I can imagine it's the same thing. Like
and then Aaron said, like you said, how you do anything is how you do everything. What were you about to say?
Because I can imagine, like, if they doing that, if they treat their relationships at work like that, and I get it, you probably looking at it like, yo, these are co-workers. I ain't about to go home and talk to my significant other like I talk to my co-workers, bro. But for real, like, if you spending a lot of time being a shiesty person at work, then you gonna take that shit home and you be a shiesty person at home. Like, it's just how it is, dog. Like, I don't know if I can simplify it anymore. And I really, the fact of the matter is that we're talking about people who refuses to take responsibility for their own actions. And I had a conversation with long hair. Just goes to like code name long hair. Just gonna call him that. He said something recently. He was like, yeah, and I had some help, but some fuckface manager decided to be an asshole. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, yeah, I had help on my doors, but the fuckface manager came through and he said I couldn't have help. I was like, that's not what he said. Well, I didn't have any help. I was like, you had a scan team. What do you mean you didn't have help? There was help. What are you talking about? It's like the fuckface manager came and took the only help that I had. I didn't get my cages scanned. I was like, we didn't miss anything on your door. So somebody scanned them. Like, what do you mean? Like, I was like, bro, hold up. First of all, let's have this talk one-on-one, and I can tell you exactly why it happened, because your sources are a little misguided. And he said, I don't need sources. I saw it. I was like, what did you see? I was like, because I mean, you saw that your friends got pushed away. I was like, but I want you to understand why that happened. And if you're only talking to your friends, you will never understand why that happened. So I want to have a one-on-one conversation with you so I can explain to you, man to man, why that happened. And he ain't want none of it. He ain't want no part of that conversation. And you had something up?
I was gonna say, like, in a situation like that, even outside of work, like, yo, you guys have to have, we've said it before, you have to be able to self-assess and hold yourself accountable. Like, be real with yourself, totally brutally honest with yourself. Like, you don't know everything. You're on your own planet. So, like, if someone comes and tries to, tell you like, hey, this is the up and up. This is what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be so quickly to like, just shoot that down. You might not understand where they're coming from to give you this advice, and sometimes you might not, accept it right away, but like at least think about it. It could be wrong, it could be right, but if it's someone that has no honest to God reason to lie to you, and they want to see this whole department or see you succeed, like, yo, take heed to that. Like, you're not gonna get anywhere if you're gonna be stubborn, hard-headed, and just like, no, I know everything. This is how it's supposed to be, and this, that, and third. But he can see it. I at least have faith in that one. Like, I feel that he's more at least more compassionate than the rest of them.
He is.
And it's just like,
but his circle of influence is the problem, bro. I understand that y'all tight knit, but this is the perfect example of a toxic relationship, bro, because they hold each other back. They hold each other back, bro. They are not grown men because of each other. All right, but here's the problem that I saw in that, bro, and I want to talk about this because like this is where where my mind went when I was trying to have, and all three of them were there. I won't like just like pull them to the side, like, maybe we should have a conversation about this. Like, no, I was like straight up in front of all three of them, like, yo, I want to talk to you personally because your circle of influence, like I looked at all of them, like your circle of influence is going to put you in the wrong mindset. I want you to understand exactly what happened. And he was like, no, I didn't, I saw it myself. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. All right, here's what I got out of this situation, Ma, and the reason why, and because I come to a lot of situations where a lot of people don't want to know why something is the way it is. Like, I will have somebody, bro, and it frustrates me so bad, bro, where they'll come to me with a complaint, and then I get to the bottom of the complaint, and then I realize they the problem, bro. And then I try to talk to them about it and like actually like shine some light on the fact that they are the problem, bro. And once they see, and once they start to realize where I'm going with the conversation, they'll cut it off real quick, bro. Like, you had a whole complaint before. You were about to go to HR. You wanted to talk to every manager in the book. You were about to do this, but then I started showing you all this stuff. And like, I ain't started understanding it until I became leadership, bro. Because I told you, bro, I was one of y'all. I thought that I could just slide into a leadership position too. I thought so too, but I had to turn my whole focus around just so I could come up from the bottom. I know exactly where y'all coming from, but I would show these people, man. I would like, hey, look, there's evidence of this. There's this. At this time you were doing this, and at this time you were doing this, and I hate having a conversation with the folks, bro. Because like, once you come to me, you're not doing your job, and then you come to me with a whole bunch of complaints. Now all of a sudden I gotta dig deep. As a company say, I gotta dive deep. As one of their core principles, dive deep. But then I got to protect myself because you accusing me that you're saying that I'm the problem. So now I got to show you, I gotta show you evidence that I'm not the problem. You're the problem. So now you turn me into an asshole because you want to be an asshole. Now we both looking like assholes. So then I come show you exactly what you did wrong. And then you're like, as soon as I start showing you what you did wrong, now all of a sudden you out of the conversation. You don't want to go talk to HR no more. You don't talk to management no more. You good. I'm like, bro, what just happened? So what does that tell me? Like, when I'm talking to my man and I try to tell him, like, look, we need to have a one-on-one conversation about what happened so I can tell you exactly what went wrong and why your help was sent away. No, I'm good. What went through my mind when he said that? No, I'm good. Now that we've come to the point where you can get the feedback on you and you entirely, because I threaten your perception of you, you shy away from the conversation because if I shatter your own perception of you as a person, then you got to rebuild yourself and it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So most people,
the realization that that they're not so sweet, it hurts. It's ego. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out here who don't want to self-assess, bro. And that's what this whole conversation was about. You are afraid to self-assess. You are afraid to look yourself in the mirror and say that I am not I am not better than yesterday. You are afraid to look yourself in the face and say, I am not growing today. I did not grow today. I did not grow the last umpteen years that I've been in this job. I did not grow. You are afraid to look that reality in the face. And some of y'all creating the problems for yourself. So when somebody try to come and have that conversation with you, you buckle because you don't want to hear the reality. You don't want to hear the truth. It's like Denzel said, you can't handle the truth.
Literally, yeah.
You literally can't handle the truth.
And that's crazy because one of was one of our brethren podcasters, her absurdity, he said it the best. When they came from that other department, they would always, talk themselves up on this, high pedestal. And, out of their group from their previous department, they were the only two that got cut.
Bro, they got kicked out. Like, for real. Like, you ain't learned nothing from the last one. Like, come on, bro.
Exactly. And her was like, yo, maybe they ain't so sweet. Or they ain't sweet as they thought they were. And I'm pretty sure I feel like that's one of their main reasons of why they're so scoring in the way they are now, because it's almost like a culture shock. Even though they do work good, they work hard in the department that is now. It's just it's no teamwork, and their whole previous department was based on teamwork. Right. They might have still had their small little cubicle areas, but their whole thing was teamwork. You send it down the line. This person takes care of that. The other that's probably what it is. They didn't have to come off their planet or whatever and help out. But it's that's how you grow. That's the whole point of video games like Animal Crossing and other games like that. To progress, you have to get off your own planet, your own little island. You got to go help people.
That's good.
Get information from them, get stuff that's not on your planet to build yours up to make something great.
And bro, it's not like they don't know that, bro, because they play video games all the time, bro.
You froze. What happened?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I was saying it's not like they don't know that, bro, because they play video games all the time.
Right.
It's not like they don't know, bro. And that other department thing, man, they quick to blame that on the person who they ain't even there to defend themselves. Like it's like they tell me about that as if I don't already know what happened, bro. Like, come on now. Like I was told about them when I first got there. Like, yo, y'all not as good as y'all think y'all are, man. Like that's it. That it is what it is, bro. And like anytime somebody try to tell you about yourself, you got a whole argument about it, about how you this sweet and how you used to do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, come on, bro. It's and here's the thing, like, yo, what are we trying to convey, bro? Some of y'all so egotistical, man, that you just want to do what you want to do. But then when somebody tell you that you ain't doing the right stuff, you get pissed.
Or defensive, or you clam up, you shut everything down. I remember he one of them, they like you said, they had previous knowledge and to do a lot of things.
A lot of stuff.
Let's just say problem solving. There was one way how he was taught, and there's one way how, Mr. Bishop, how he was taught, and Mr. Bishop way he's been doing this for this. That's solely what Mr. Bishop was doing. So he has a little bit more knowledge, and he got schooled, and his only response was, well, "This is how I was taught. This is how I do it. This is." But
that's not the way.
That didn't get results. Mr. Bishop way got results.
All right. Let's sit there, bro. Let's sit there for a second. All right. So y'all out here and y'all doing stuff and y'all not getting results. But then when you don't get results, you piss because you used to do it a certain way. You used to get results and you got results in this spot. So instead of getting new results, you continuously carry on your old results habits. And you carry, bro, you just like the dude who he a drug addict, but he boasts himself up about how he won a spelling bee in the 5th grade, bro. You no different than him. I used to be sober, but now I got a DUI. I was addicted to crack cocaine. I still am, but I used to be. I went through the rehab process back then, and I still am, but I used to be clean.
Tragic.
So you out here trying to get results, fam. You out here trying to get results, but you ain't making no results happen. You're not doing what you need to do to make the results happen. And when somebody tell you how to get there, how to make it happen, you get pissed off and you argue with the logic. You're arguing with common sense right now. You're arguing against common sense, and it don't work. So what do we do about that, Mar? How do we fix that in your opinion, man? Because it's a lot of people listening right now who they literally within the last 5 minutes just understood why I was so hyped about this conversation.
The thing to do is definitely get off your own planet. Stop being so egotistical, and be able to be molded. Like you're gonna have to change constantly. New information comes up each and every day. Be able to adapt to the times and don't be afraid of change. Like the people we talk about, they've been like that since I came to that.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want to change, and it's hard to say that. I mean, I'm pretty sure they want something different in life, but it's just like they have to, like we've been saying, self-assess and figure out, all right, how can I be better? At least change something in myself that I can change, things around me. And then some of them, they're gonna have to come to the realization that they're gonna have to execute the people that are getting in the way of their execution. And I mean, they don't have to, distance themselves from each other or cut them off completely.
They do.
Okay, all right.
They do, bro. And here's why, bro. Because they're too influential in each other's lives, man.
Come on.
They got way too much influence over each other, bro. And I want you to think of outside of work who these guys are, and think about how their lives outside of work connect them. I want you to take a second and think about that. Like the reality that all these grown ass men got outside of work. I want you to think about that for a second.
Dang. They practically the same people.
They practically the same person, bro. Yeah. They need to distance each other themselves from each other, bro. They need to. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, their best chance of survival is cutting off their own dead weight, bro. In their scenario, in their situation. And where am I going with that? Because there's some of y'all who y'all feel like that. Or you're in situations where your best friend or the person that you talk to at work or the person that you whatever the case is. Like you have toxic relationships around you that prevent this. You have relationships around you that prevent you from being better than you were yesterday. Like every day y'all come around each other and y'all just hold each other down. Y'all like anchors, like leeches, just like stuck to each other's foot, and you don't move anywhere. You don't move anywhere. So I suggest that, like you got to change your circle of influence, bro. Like for real. Like if my man who was if he was to stop hanging around a dude who every single time something goes down at the job, he goes back to the people who keeps him in his comfort zone and complains about the management and whatnot. Because like I said, he told me he wanted a promotion, but when he's having conversation with his peers, he doesn't go to leadership and has conversations with leadership to ask to understand things. He goes back to his friends, and his friends hype him up. His friends say, yeah, man, that was wrong. That was that. They shouldn't be doing this. And they sit around and they circle jerk and had this conversation about how bad leadership is and how much they hate their job and how much they want their mommies and all this other stuff. So they get affirmed on the notion of, we are better than everybody else, and we don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. So therefore, they get into the mode where, like, even if they do walk away from each other and they grow, they come back together and they regress. Wow. So you out here trying to take, and here's what you're doing every single time you do it. And your argument is, but I do my job. I do everything I am supposed to do. That is your argument. I do everything I am supposed to do. But this is what you're doing. You're walking backwards by default. You're walking backwards by default, and you're trying to take small steps forward. And instead of following, and here's if you walk backwards by default, bro, and your destination is in front of you, bro. Like, I want you to think about this. Your destination is in front of you. You walk backwards by default. And what do I mean by that? You are the type of person that you go against the grain. You don't do anything that anybody tell you to do. You just go against the grain. You do everything that you think is important, and you can give a shit less what you think the world think you should be doing right now. So you're walking backwards by default. You're regressing. You live with your parents. You smoke cigarettes when you know you can't afford to. What's some other examples? I don't know, man. You step out on your wife, and you say you want this relationship with your wife, and and you don't do anything to support that fact. So you're walking backwards by default, and your destination is in front of you. If you're not going to do the right thing, or if you say you want to move forward and your destination is forward, but you keep doing the wrong things, bro, you keep walking backwards, the least you can do is turn around and walk backwards towards your destination. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, like, the least you can do, if because if that's the way to turn your mindset, bro, to make your mindset to do the right thing, turn around and walk backwards towards your destination. Because what you're doing is you walk by being the person that walk backwards by default, meaning you do the wrong thing. You walk backwards by default. You're trying to take little small steps forward. You're taking these little tiny steps forward, but you running backwards. And you making yourself look like a dumbass by coming out of your mouth saying that you do your job, you work, and you do all of these things and trying to hype yourself up to be this extraordinary person, when only thing I'm seeing is you dropping the ball all the time.
Right.
And so you go ahead.
It's crazy because, like, a simple mind shift could change the narrative of the people we're talking about and anyone outside of like not even outside, but like in that realm of selfishness, because that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like say you have a relationship or whatever, and things are just going wrong because you believe that, all right, yes, I do the dishes, I clean, and this, that, and third. I do my part. Now it's time for whoever I'm with, your significant other, your roommate, whatever's going on. It's time for them to do their part, and they fall short. Oh well, I did my part. They're not doing theirs. Let's say it's a situation of paying the rent. Yeah, you might have done your part, but since they they didn't do theirs, both of y'all still gonna get evicted. So it's literally just like, all right, if I do a little extra here and there, that'll set up my roommate, my significant other, to where they can get back on their feet, and we can both do our 100% or both do our 50-50, however you want to cut it, and we
Or
go
if
hard, be
I'm a part of a
successful.
team, then my 100% is your 100%, and we act like that.
Exactly.
Full scale.
And we knock it out. We home run that bad boy. The simplest of mind shifts could get that ball rolling. Like, all right, I'm in this team. I might have to put in a little extra, but it's gonna get reciprocated. It might not happen right here, then and there, might not happen tomorrow, but down the line, it's gonna get reciprocated. It's gonna be acknowledged. It's gonna do something. Apparently, a lot of people, kind of want me to move up. And it's crazy because something was said twice. You said it first, and then one of the other PAs said it again. I was just like, if it gets said the third time, I might actually have to do it. God. But anyway,
I mean, I know for a fact that I've heard it more than 3 times. So somebody is afraid to self-assess.
Saying about me today. All right.
All right. So, oh shit.
Oh.
We broke. I finally broke it.
What, the stand broke or
the oh nah. I was able to jam that joint back in there. The little screw piece on the bottom of the camera fell out.
Oh Lord.
I guess I knocked it down too many times. I'm surprised it actually still worked though. But all right, so we're gonna end off by saying this, bro. And I want y'all to catch it because we've been saying it all episode. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Yes.
I got a dude who just started his own business, bro. And he's just like that, dog.
Okay.
He just started his own business. He's the type of person where he falls short and drops the ball a lot at the job. How you do anything is how you do everything. He has the mindset of business, but I'm hoping that he doesn't work at his business like he work at his job. But chances are, because he falls short and drops the ball a lot at work, there's about a 95% chance that he probably don't do what he's supposed to do while he running his business. He probably run his business half-ass. If you do your job half-ass, you probably run your business half-ass, bro. I have a guy at work, and I'm just giving examples, right? I have a coworker who he's non-committal to his responsibilities at his job. So I'm just recently finding out that he's having troubles in his marriage because of non-committal in his marriage. Do they relate? I'm not saying that they relate, but the only thing I'm saying is how you do anything is how you do everything.
Yep.
So these guys that we're talking about, do I have any faith that my man who wants to he said he wants the promotion, do I have any faith that he'll actually get out and get out of his own head and move forward? Yeah, I do. But there's some things that need to happen first. Will he do those things? Probably not, because he don't believe those things are actually important. He don't believe they're important, so he's not going to do them. So there are some things that you guys are supposed to do. There's some things that you guys are supposed to do in your lives, whether it's relationally, whether it's financially, whether it's economically, whatever the case is, it's family, whatever. There are some things that you are supposed to do to be better than yesterday. But you don't care to do none of those things because you don't think they're important. So when it comes time to get the reward for doing better, don't complain. That's all I ask. For people who will go out of their way to go above and beyond to understand what the world needs around them, and they succeed because they do that, do not complain about those people because you decided that you didn't want to figure out what the world needed. Don't complain. I just want you, if you're going to do what you're going to do, don't complain about the world and just accept it for what it is, because you never made a decision to figure out what the world needs.
And let's highlight that the importance, because you said that, you know, sometimes they fall short, or they feel like what they do is important and everything else isn't, or they feel like other people's whatever isn't important, and that is a very toxic way of thinking, and you will never move forward or get anywhere with that type of mindset, because people think differently. People, they're dime a dozen. Like, no one is going to have the same mentality as you are. And to say that, you know, their feelings or their way of thinking or anything isn't important, I'm telling you, that is a recipe for disaster, especially like in a relationship. Your significant other, someone comes to you with anything, if they feel like something is a problem, or, you know, it might seem small, but like sometimes they just need that reassurance. And you brushing it off like, oh, you know, they ain't important right now, it's gonna be devastating.
I'm telling you.
Let me tell you.
I've done it, bro. I've done it, bro. I feel that.
And some, I'm not gonna say it's justified. I'm not gonna say it's justified, but sometimes, you know, it's easy, not easy to do, but I mean, yeah.
No, it's real easy to do, bro. It's real easy to do. I ain't grew up in your circumstances. You ain't grew up in my circumstances, bro. I don't feel like that's important. You do. And it's easy for me to dismiss that shit when you say it, because I don't feel like it's important. And you didn't say it like it was that important. So I ignore it. And then you pissed off at me. And then, you know, we fighting. And I don't know why you mad. I don't know why you mad. Like, I have absolutely no clue why you mad. Oh, you mad about that? I didn't even know that was that serious. I've done it, bro. I promise you, I've done it, Mark. I mean, think about it, bro. Me and Alyssa, we completely opposite ends of the spectrum, bro. We completely opposite ends of the spectrum. There's been things that she said that she wanted to do, or things that she hold to a high value, bro. And I look at it and I'm saying like, yo, that's not that deep. And she's like, but no, it is. I'm like, oh, all right.
But yeah, with that, it's just, as we said before, working as a team, being able to, all right, let me sit back. Let's focus on you. Let's focus on someone else but myself. And let's work together to get it handled. That's literally all it takes, people. Get out your comfort zone to help others. Like, that's literally how to be successful in the world. Solving other people's problems. We've said it before. We're gonna say it again. Solve other people's problems. Bring other people value through yourself.
Ooh, provide value. Ooh,
Provide value.
provide value.
And that is the secret to success.
It really is. And that's our time.
All right, you got anything you want to tell to the people? Anything? Any closing
Yeah,
remarks?
dude. So I woke up this morning, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'm gonna
I
see
would
if
hope so. I hope I'm not talking to
I'm gonna see if I can pull this up, but I don't know if I can though. Well, you've been seeing the oh man. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull that up so that you guys can actually see it.
what
So
is it?
the contacts on on our website right now. Sitting right at 401. Mark,
Come on.
remember when I just said like on a recent episode that I've been having troubles with ads and doing all that other stuff like that?
Uh-huh.
Bro, that's from the ad, dog, that we started last week. That's from the ad from last week, bro.
Uh-huh.
And I I didn't think it was that many people going on there because like
Mhm.
we were like okay, it's like we got a majority of it from the a book funnel that we did recently where we gave the book one out for free for Christmas to some lucky members, which I got kicked off of that, but I don't want to necessarily go into that right now. Um, oh, actually, yeah, we could go there a little bit for a second, bro. I got kicked off the book funnel. Um, it was a newbie mistake. I didn't share the correct link, and I ended up getting a whole bunch of new subscribers, and I didn't bring a lot of people because I used the wrong link, and I got kicked off.
Oh.
So I reached out to the person who organized the joint, and I asked the question like, "Hey, what happened?" He explained exactly. I'm like, he showed me the numbers and everything. I was like, all right, cool. There's some of y'all who wouldn't even do that. Some of y'all out
Right.
here get kicked off of stuff and you don't even ask why. You don't even want the feedback because you don't even want you don't want to grow. You know. But anyway, I did an ad on Facebook and we ended up getting almost it was about 160, 170 new people reading.
That's
And
good.
that's 160 new potential clients and customers. So yeah.
That's dope. That is dope.
If for anybody who wants the new series, they want to taste of the new series, Outer World, Outer World Resolution. Um, go to AJ McMullen on Facebook, and there is a link to sign up for my mailing list to get the first chapter for free. So take advantage of that. That is the pilot for the series. That is a short story geared towards the opening of Outer World. That is our Aether Universe's bridge series, also known as Series X, that goes between the prequel series to the main series of the Aether Universe. So yeah, that's all I got on that one. What you got going on, Mark?
A lot of work behind the scenes. Not too much going on over here.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I mean, it's
You got
true. Be honest.
a whole two projects that you're working on that I know of.
I don't see those, but anyway, sooner or later, these episodes are going to have a very interesting intro coming soon.
Ooh.
And other than that, you guys just gonna have to wait and find out.
It might be this one actually.
It'll be
All right, I'll wait.
it
I'll
should
wait.
be real soon. It should be
I'll
soon.
wait.
The dude has been hammering him out.
Yeah.
I think at first, it took about a good little minute, but I think after he got it down, well, I mean, he was just like moving some small stuff for the other two, but
yeah.
he's been pretty good. I'm gonna have to give him a good little review. He's been working very diligent with us. But this has been the Dirty Trunk Podcast, where the elephant is always welcome. It is me, your boy Marcus Morton. I always say with me is the Aaron Mack. Remember to like and subscribe because we do this for you guys. And always remember that failing to address the elephant in the room, you'll be doomed to be crushed by the weight of it.
Peace. Love y'all. See y'all next week.